Hello everyone, what we've got here are two Sega Game Gears, and one is still using the old cathode tube to backlight the LCD, and the other is using LEDs, two LEDs to backlight the LCD screen. And the main difference is the original, as anybody who has a Sega Game Gear knows, with the cathode tube chews through batteries in about an hour or two, maybe, depending on the brightness settings you've got on your screen. Whereas with the LED mod, you can get up to 8 hours out of the batteries, which is a hell of a lot more, and more acceptable for having to use 6 batteries in this bad boy of an old arcade machine or an old handheld console machine. So on the left is the console that has the original tube behind the LCD, and on the right is the one that has the LEDs. So I thought I'd show you quickly the difference between the two, and see what Sonic the Hedgehog looks like. Before I do, everybody who has a Sega Game Gear knows by now, or should know by now, that there was a really bad batch of capacitors, especially that were in circulation at the time of the manufacturing process of this console, that over time they would eventually fail. It was inevitable that they were going to. So you'd end up with sound problems where sound would be very, very low, even at max volume, or you'd have to tilt the console at a crazy angle to try and see the screen. And other little issues that would happen with the console. But both of these consoles have been completely refurbished. All the capacitors have been replaced on them where necessary, and so they've got full sound and full brightness on the screens back again, and obviously the one on the right has got the LED mod. And what I'd like to do is just say that if anybody is interested in getting that done, I'd recommend Gear for Games, which have an eBay website, which I'll link on the video description, and I highly recommend you get in contact with with James, who's running that site. Very helpful guy. He'll speak to you. He has no problems with receiving consoles from around the world and dispatching them back again after they've been refurbished with very good prices as well. So let's get on with the video. So the first one is obviously the original console is powered at the moment, power socket. So let's turn it on with Sonic. You can see I can turn the brightness all the way up and all the way down, and that's what it kind of looks like. Beautiful crisp sound as well coming out of the console. Considering the screen is getting on for 20 years old, it ain't looking too bad at all. The benefit, of course, of what you do get is a consistent, let me turn the volume down a bit, a consistent backlight on the image itself. You do maybe see some banding depending on where your head is tilted. But generally the image itself, the backlight is fairly consistent. So that's the original. So let's turn that one off. And the LED mod console I have running on batteries at the moment. So let's turn this one on. Helps when the game works. Usual trick. Shouldn't never do it, but it works generally. See, there you go. So this has got the LED mod. If I turn the brightness really bright this time compared to the other one, you can see the darkness as well. What you do tend to get with the LED mod is kind of a burst light on the left hand side, in the center of the screen, left and right hand side of the screen. You can maybe just work it out there on this screen, but this is one of the better. James has done a really good job on this console. It's one of the better jobs I've seen online on LED mods. It's there, but it's not the most noticeable thing that really kind of drive you nuts. Turn the volume a bit. You can just about make out the kind of a little bit more brightness on the left and right hand side of the screen, but it doesn't detract from playing the game at all. And if anything, the camera picks it up worse than what it actually is. So again, if I turn the brightness all the way up, you can see how bright the screen does actually get. I'm playing it from all kinds of different angles without any issues. You know, 90 degrees dead on, no problem at all. So that's a comparison of the standard backlight of the screen and the LED mod backlight on the Sega Game Gear. Hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please rate and subscribe. And I'll welcome any comments, I'll try and help you if I can. Thanks for watching.